Jen, you want to lead us off, please?
Coach, a ton of fight again tonight, especially out of the locker room in that third quarter. Where did it slip away at the end of the fourth?
Well, I mean, we had we had turnovers, and really the key thing in the game tonight to me was they had 19 block shots. I don't know how often you see that. I mean, we were going at the basket, and they were just blocking everything. So that was very difficult. But our guys did fight and stay in it, and they've done that all year. You guys know that. So it's never a problem with that. I didn't think we played very well in the first half defensively, but in the second half, particularly in the third quarter, we really got into them and played hard and well.
Obviously, the goal is W's, but nonetheless, your young guys are getting some really meaningful minutes right now down the stretch. How does that bode? What does that do for your squad, hopefully in the future going forward?
I'm not right now, Jen. I mean, I'm sure it's a great question right now. I just don't really have. That's not my concern right now. Is what it will do in the future. I'm concerned about. I was concerned about tonight. Now I'm concerned about Dallas. That's as far into the future as I'm interested in at this point.
Coach, early in that fourth, they were able to get into the paint, and they started making those floaters. They were 8 for 9 with those little 7 to 10 footers, and that was really the turnaround in that ball game.
Yeah, I mean, they destroyed us in the paint tonight anyway. I mean, they 66 points in the paint and 27 times to the line. I mean, we just couldn't keep them out of the paint, and that was the problem tonight on the defensive end of the floor.
You mentioned the 19 block shots, and again, they do so many things well. Did the block shot situation even come into the conversation? I mean, Valanciunas is good, but they had a bunch of guys with at least 4.
Yeah, I mean, listen, so there's 19 block shots of our 91 shots. So think about that. We're 45 for 72 on the shots they didn't block. I mean, they did a great job protecting the basket. We got 9 more shots in the paint than they did and made 7 fewer. So I thought that was the key to the game. The turnovers are even. The rebounding's basically even. I thought our guys fought hard there. I mean, we made 1 more 3 than they did. I mean, it was a pretty even game. I thought the difference was the paint both ways. We didn't stop them in the paint. They did stop us in the paint. I thought that was the difference.
A lot of confident shots from Nikhil tonight. What did you just think about his outing?
Well, he played well. I mean, he played well. I wish I could have played him more, especially on the second night of a back-to-back. But I played him right to his limit, and I thought he did a good job. Obviously, I mean, he's a good offensive player. He can really score the ball, and he does a pretty good job guarding the ball defensively.
Yeah, and speaking of confident shots, Jackson Hayes has three-pointers tonight. How impressive has it been just to see how comfortable he looks, taking some of these shots, out there on the perimeter?
Yeah, I mean, usually he'll shoot 1 in a game. To go 3 for 3, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, But Jackson's playing hard. He didn't rebound the ball as well tonight. I think a little bit tired. But he's playing hard and well.
In the few times we've had the practice this year, has Jackson has he shot the 3, or is this just something that just happened in the game?
He shoots them every day with Darnell Lazar. He shoots them every day. So I do see him shooting them in the gym. Yeah.
John, go ahead.
You mentioned tired. On the second night of a back-to-back, a lot of guys who aren't used to playing a ton of minutes. Did just fatigue play a role on your side, you think?
I mean, it's the NBA. You get those things all the time. So, I'm going to say that's just part of the NBA. And, Jackson was – but I was just saying with Jackson in particular, he played with such unbelievable energy last night. I don't think he had quite the same – lift getting up on the boards. Plus, he was on a big, strong dude down there. It was a little bit tougher tonight. But, I'm happy as hell with the way he played. And listen, our guys are fighting hard. They're not quitting in games. I know you guys are at halftime. You're writing the story 3 straight nights, ready to write. Like, finally, they just let go of the rope. They let it go. And nope, here we come again. So it's a group that has been fighting. And I've said all along, right? I mean, it just, all these games come down to whether or not we play well enough. It's not going to have anything to do with guys not being ready or guys not giving an effort or any of that. I mean, it's just whether we play well enough. And in 2 of these 3 games, we just, we haven't made quite enough shots. I mean, we've been a couple of possessions away from winning a game. So, I thought really key play down the stretch was the turnover to the clear path foul. Even though he only makes 1 free throw, the fact they get it back, it's time and everything else. So I thought that was key. But we had some chances, and we just weren't able to quite get it done.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, we'll get started here with Najee. Andrew Lopez, you want to start us off, please?
Hey, Najee. You guys had a really good start to that third quarter, and then Memphis was able to kind of get back on the roll. What were they doing there that allowed them to kind of get back into it?
Just playing fast, getting in the paint. A lot of things that we try to prevent them from doing during the ball game. But yeah, for the most part, just playing fast, getting in the paint.
How you guys seem to do a good job on Ja for most of the night. What I guess what changed when he had that little stretch that I guess was kind of helped them get back in it.
I mean, everybody goes on runs, they just went on a longer run than we expected today. But for the most part, like you said, we did a good job on them. Just that little third quarter mishaps that set us back.
Najee, what do you think are some of the things that you've benefited from of being able to be on the court so much, and obviously getting this back-to-back now where you've been able to play a ton as far as just the experience that you're getting right now?
I think really, to me, just getting better and just continue to learn. Playing at the highest level, just learning everything you can, playing with vets, playing against vets, seeing the moves they do, the things they do to get easy points or free throws or just little stuff like that, man. So I'm just love learning the game right now.
Yeah, you mentioned it a little bit there at the end, but what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned as far as defensively, how to defend some of these high-level guys?
Just accept the challenge, play as hard as you can. Like you said, he's the best players in the world. You're not going to hold him to zero, but just doing whatever you can, playing as hard as you can, and accepting the challenge. That's about it.
Hey, Najee, Jackson was 3 for 3 from 3-point range tonight. What have you guys seen just in his overall ability to improve his offensive game and even step out and shoot those threes like that?
I mean, I see him working on it every day. Even before the season, when I first got here, he was working on it. And Jackson can honestly shoot the ball. He just proven to the world that he can. It's not new for us, so.
All right, thanks, Najee. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tosh.
All right, everybody, we get started here with Nikhil. Jim, you want to lead us off, please?
Sure. Hey, Nikhil, obviously you were out for a month or so, and then you come back and have to play a back-to-back immediately. How did you feel? And it seemed like, you didn't seem like you had any fatigue. It seemed like you didn't really have any, you didn't miss a beat at all coming back.
I would say that the minute restriction, that thing kind of like helped as well, because it's not like I'm playing extended minutes or putting too much onto my body. But again, it's just the work that we put in while I was out. Bove and Stan, like conditioning wise, really helped me to prepare me for 20 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever it was going to be. Everything we did was something that was going to equal to that. So I think that it translated well and it helped me a lot.
Yeah, and I asked Stan this earlier, but how far do you think you've come this year with your decision making and pick and roll situations, knowing when to pass, when to shoot, that type of stuff?
I think it's slowing down more and more. I'm starting to be more confident in my own skin and just have fun. Just trust myself, trust the game, trust the work I put in, and it's all slowing down for me, and things are starting to open up as I go on, and I'm just trying to make plays off of that.
What was it like watching Jackson step behind the 3-point line and hit 3 of them? Did you know he had that in him?
I told him keep shooting with confidence. Like, again, he's been working. As you can see, he made 3 tonight. He's made some. I think he made one last game. It's like clutch finishes. Like he's evolving, and that's really good because the sky's the limit for him, potential wise, and I'm happy to see him do stuff like that because it's helping him become a more effective player.
I was going to ask you about his three-point shooting as well, so I'll just ask you just in general, I mean, how much do you see the confidence that he seems to be gaining as far as how he's translating that into not only playing well, but just being so much more consistent?
I would say a lot. I mean, to that point, and it's kind of good to see. Like, I'm happy for him, you know, because confidence is a big factor in playing in the NBA. And so for us to be an effective team, a winning team, all of our players need to have confidence. All of us need to be confident in each other and ourselves. So the more that Jackson be confident in himself, that's only going to help us. And I wish that he will, as time goes on, feel like he is getting better because we all see it.
You know, something that Stan has brought up a lot over the past couple of weeks is that even if a lot of these games, particularly close games, haven't gone y'all's way, you know, he's really pleased that you guys have pretty much been in all these games. I mean, you really haven't quit, even though a lot of the results haven't gone your way. I mean, is that a point of pride for you that you guys have just kind of kept hanging in there in a tough season?
Yeah, I would say for sure because it's about all of us and how we choose to carry ourselves. I believe our team is built on the right things, and everyone was mentally pushing for the right things. I think that we want to win. Guys want to play hard. Guys care. And I think it's showing because even in the midst of tough situations, we always find ourselves battling back and making it a game. And I think guys stepping up when other guys get hurt, and guys being there while they're hurt for those guys that are stepping up, I think it all comes hand in hand and shows who we are as people and how we actually appreciate the game and want to win.
Yeah, you were out when Najee kind of made his rise up into the rotation. Just what have you kind of seen from him, you know, with these added opportunities just to show what he can do out there?
I mean, he's a hell of a passer. He sees things and often have me like, whoa, like, that's a good pass. Like, how did he see that? He sees the floor well. He's strong. He defends very well. I think he adds, like, another perimeter threat to our team. When he comes off the bench or when he's, like, now him starting and playing good defense and getting to the paint for others, getting to the paint and shooting that floater that he made a few times today. Like, it's really effective, and I'm happy to see it for him.
Appreciate your time, Nikhil. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good night.